guys! For my first video, I figured I'd do something similar to Gigguk's blank season in a nutshell for the upcoming summer 2021 season. I really enjoyed watching his recommendations. Sometimes I feel like he misses shows that are actually really interesting. Since I'm making this video before the actual season, my videos will be different from Gigguk's since my opinions will be based on existing trailers, summaries, and intuition from previous anime, more like a reaction video. The following list are anime that I'm personally excited to watch this season. Starting off, I'd like to mention shonen anime. I tend to separate shonen anime from other series like shoujo, drama, and comedy just because I feel like they're kind of their own huge beasts of a genre. Sometimes there are lots of shonen series airing in the same season, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your opinion, there aren't that many to watch this season. It doesn't look like there are any shonen series that I'm particularly interested in either. I still need to catch up on Hiroaka from last season though. The next section is for anime adaptations. The first anime I'm really interested in watching is Kobayashi-san Chi no Maid Dragon, otherwise known as Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. This is a continuation of the charming slice of life show by KyoAni, featuring my favorite couple, Toru and Kobayashi. Toru is a dragon that comes to work as a live-in maid, but these two are basically married already. I recently rewatched this show with another friend of mine, and now both of us are super excited to see more relaxing and silly hijinks in this universe. Maid Dragon definitely falls into a genre called Iyashike, or healing anime, and from the trailers it looks like they're introducing a new dragon character called Ilulu to mix it up. I love how this trailer is a wrap like the last one. The next anime I'm excited for is Hamefuru 2, Next Life as a Villainess. Another continuation of a previous series, this show was introduced to me by a friend who loves wacky harem comedies, and although I generally don't like the harem genre, this show is intriguing because its a general setup is that the main girl is thrust into the life of a villain from an otome game. But she defies all tropes and becomes a farm-loving, practical, kind, tomboyish girl. This is initially to keep herself safe, but she ends up wooing all the characters in the game. The equal opportunity harem comedy is amusing and definitely worth a watch this season. The next anime I'm interested in is called Heion Sedai no Idaten Tachi. This is the first non-sequel show that I've mentioned in this list. The title roughly translates to Idaten deities in a peaceful generation. I generally don't like reading source material before the anime, so I know nothing about the show other than what the summary says. But the fact that the show is being made by MAPPA, and the premise of gods versus devils fighting seems to be interesting enough. Also, the creator Amahara is the same person who did Ishizoku Reviewers. So at the very least, I'm sure there will be plenty of fan service for the crowd who loves seeing that. The character designs are by Kyo Shinja, who also did the designs for Dragon Maid. This show will be at least an exciting visual spectacle to look forward to. And the next anime I'm interested in is Mahotsukai no Yome, Nishi no Shonen no Seiran no Kishi. The title roughly translates to The Boy from the West and the Knight of the Mountain Air. I'm not too certain about this translation, but that's what the kanji suggests. This is an OVA that was bundled in with volumes 16, 17, and 18 of the manga. I've already seen the previous season and the prequel OVA series that preceded this, so obviously I'll be watching this one too, once it gets translated. The previous seasons of Mage's Bride were beautifully animated with the atmosphere required to really sell the delicate romance between Elias and Chise. I currently read the manga, and this seems to be anime original with a new studio working on it. Hopefully it ends up being good. So, this next show is a weird one. It's called Uramichi Oniisan, and I'm pretty sure this is the anime I'm most looking forward to this season. Adapted from the manga of the same name, this is about an adult who works as a host in a children's fitness show, and how he has wildly different personalities between his work and his private life. There's a subgenre of slice of life anime specifically about working adults, and I just need more of that stuff. Series like New Game, Shirobako, Hatarakiman, Antique Bakery, Skullface bookseller, and the like are something I can really appreciate now that I'm an adult who has to deal with ridiculous bullshit in the workplace. So, I think this is going to be a pretty great comedy. The next show that I'm interested in is a show called Nighthead 2041. The cover for this show intrigued me since I like sci-fi series, but this one is about two brothers with supernatural powers who escaped from a lab, and they're being pursued by another pair of brothers. Now, I'm a Fujoshi, and this definitely triggers the Fujoshi bait alarm, but I'm nothing if not a BL fan who's easily amused. There are lots of famous male VAs signed on to do this show, so I'm sure it will be entertaining enough just to hear their performance. The current character designer is Ito Ogure and is of Air Gear fame, but the series' previous character designer is Yu Higuri, who's a prolific BL mangaka. I'm not opposed to the 3D CG look after watching Ajin, so I think this one will be worth a watch. And the last show that I'm interested in is an original anime series called Sunny Boy. And it's pretty much the only anime original I'm interested in. I didn't really double check to see if there were any other anime originals. But this is the one that caught my interest the most. It's about how a whole class got isekai'd into another dimension and gained powers. And normally that sounds super basic. I'm not gonna think that that's gonna be like a great show. But this one gives me murder vibes. I think this is going to turn into a murder fest because it's a whole class, and the way the trailer is formatted is that it just doesn't seem like they get along, which is the perfect scenario for some killing to be happening. The Madhouse is producing this show with Shingo Natsume from Mob Psycho 100 and Space Dandy, so it's gonna look good. And even if the show doesn't end up being good, it's gonna be an interesting train wreck. So I definitely recommend that people give this one a shot. Anyways, these are the shows I'm looking forward to this season. Did I recommend anything that piqued your interest? Or perhaps I missed something that you're really excited about? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll be doing a post-mortem of the summer season after everything airs, so watch out for that video. In the meantime, I'll see you nerds on the next video. Bye!